The attack on Shaista Khan. When Aurangzeb heard about the slaying of Afzal Khan, he was furious and disturbed. He was sure now that Shivaji was a strong enemy of the Mughal Empire. He therefore sent for his uncle Shaista Khan. He told Shaista Khan, "Do whatever you can, but I want Shivaji out of my way. I will provide with as much military prowess that you need, but Shivaji must be defeated. Remember, if you cannot get rid of him, don't show me your face again." Shaista Khan started for Pune. With him accompanied Aurangzeb's huge military forces. Countless war elephants, camels, cannons, and cavalry headed for Pune. His army looked like a huge ocean. Shaista Khan knew that it would be impossible to fight Shivaji in the mountainous Ghats or reach his forts. Shivaji must be brought out in the open for a war so that he cannot hide and can be defeated easily. Shaista Khan finally reached Pune and camped at the Lal Mahal. He took over Lal Mahal. Shivaji's marvelers were unable to do anything. Shivaji was disturbed. He had to get rid of Shaista Khan, but he knew he could not win in an open battle against the forces of Aurangzeb. He suddenly had a bold plan. He went to Jijamata for her advice. Jijamata learnt of Shivaji's plan and took a deep breath. She asked him, "Do you realize how risky your plan is? You could lose your life if you fail." "Ma Sahib, when I have yours and Goddess Bhavani's blessings with me, nobody will be able to defeat me." Jijamata nodded. There, Shaista Khan had placed his soldiers all over Pune. Nobody could come inside the town or go out unnoticed. Shivaji sent a message to Shaista Khan's general asking him permission for the marriage procession of one of his marvelous soldiers. It was late evening when the marriage procession entered the town limits. The bridegroom rode a horse and his face was covered with flowers. Musicians were playing and were heading the procession. Shivaji and his marvelous soldiers walked in unnoticed amidst the procession. Each one was disguised, so the Mughal soldiers could not recognize them. A huge crowd of people gathered to watch the passing procession. The bride and the bridegroom were welcomed inside the house. Once inside the house, the crowd quickly split. In the dark corners of the house, they all took off the disguises. Each of them drew out their swords and got ready for the attack. Quietly, Shivaji instructed his marvelers as he knew every corner of Lal Mahal. Shivaji climbed inside Lal Mahal through the kitchen window. The cook was busy making preparations for the next day. He was stunned on seeing Shivaji. Shivaji broke his neck. Then they all reached near Shaista Khan's bedroom. The Khan was snoring away to glory and was unaware of the fate awaiting him. Suddenly, there were noises. The Khan woke up and rushed to see what was happening. He looked out of his bedroom window and saw the marvelers standing outside the compound. He panicked Ya Allah, Mawlas! He was so scared with his thoughts that he did not notice Shivaji coming into his room. He ran to the window. Before he could jump off the window, with one blow of his sword, Shivaji cut off his fingers. Shaista Khan jumped off and ran for his life. He ran to the women's quarters in a burqa and hid amongst the ladies. Shivaji came in and asked, "Who is it in the burqa?" "I'm the Khan's Begum," came a voice from inside. The voice sounded manly. So Shivaji looked closely and noticed the trembling Shaista Khan inside the burqa. The Khan was almost scared to death. Shivaji growled, "I am the Shivaji that you have heard of. I give you one chance to run for your life. But remember, do not come back." The Khan fled away and Shivaji too disappeared in the darkness. Before leaving Lal Mahal, the Mawlas got into the music room. They woke the musicians and forced them to play their instruments. In the confusion that was caused, Shivaji and his Mawlas headed for the Sinhagad fort. The Khan's forces were on his tail. As they reached Dive Ghat, the Khan's soldiers saw flames in the valley. They rushed to the valley only to find that the flames were torches tied to the horns of grazing cattle. They realized that they had been tricked. But it was too late. Shivaji and his men had safely reached the Sinhagad fort by then.